I was kind of excited because we usually don't see the 6,000s appear in the content farms.
I'm sorry. At least we don't see them abuse a child.
Yeah, Hatchet, your SCP is 5140 Everest.
Oh, I think I know this one.
Yeah, but before you do, I have to go to the bathroom pretty damn bad. See.
All right. Item number 5140. Why did I say it like that?
I don't know.
Level 4, Secret. Containment class, Keter. Disruption class, Eki. Risk class, Critical. Special containment procedures. Due to the exorbitant cost and difficulty in safely extracting SCP-5140 instances from Mount Everest, MTF Delta 14 Winter Wonderland will periodically ascend Everest to bury any
Oh,
5140 instances in uh, instances in the snow. Campaigns are underway to tighten restrictions for climbing permits for Mount Everest on both the Nepalese and Tibetan sides. Description: 5140 refers to a number of frozen corpses scattered across Mount Everest, located in the Himalayas of Tibet. The number of 5140 instances is unclear, but accepted to be over 100 and below 200 at the time of writing. SCP-5140 instances are... Peppy, piss off, dude, stop. Stop that. Cease. Go. Sorry. I have to deter my cat from attempting to chew on wires. Fuck off, dude. How was I? 5140 instances are ectoentropic. When physically exposed to heat of any form, including body heat, they will absorb it without raising their temperature, which rests at approximately 10 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. This process usually renders physical contact... Peppy, stop! I'm sorry. Okay. Physically exposed to heat in any form, including body heat, absorb it without raising their own temperature, which rests at approximately 50 degrees Fahrenheit. This process usually renders physical contact with 5140 instances fatal. If an individual dies as a result of contact, the with 5140 instances, their corpse will become another 5140 instance. Addendum 5140-1 mission record 11/12/2015. Click to confirm credentials. Okay. Priority traffic to base camp from MTF D14. Status update. Approaching summit, encountered 34 bodies across Chinese route. Buried all provisions steady, likely to reach summit tomorrow. Response acknowledged. Continue. Another... I don't even know what to describe these as. Like, priority traffic. No, so 2 base camp. Another 2 base camp. Let's say
I was
that.
gonna say
From
you
the
can do another
MTF.
report. Because that's what the
Oh,
MTF are
yeah.
doing, they're reporting.
Right, yeah, report. Okay. Report encountering minor anomaly on instances. Exceptionally low temps result in muscle contraction post-mortem. Bodies curled up and frozen, hard to pry open. Before burial, might have to bury like that. Response acknowledged, permission granted, bury as convenient. Report approaching summit. Abnormally high numbers of instances encountered, 19 since yesterday. Old instances getting unburied. Response likely. Strong winds blowing off snow. Bury deeper if possible. Report approached Hillary Step this morning. Will ascend to summit in hour or two. 14 more bodies since last contact. Team unnerved. Response understandable. Almost there now. Report discovered lone body on summit. Attempted to bury. Shovel hit something. Is stuck. Can't pull it out. Turned around body. Was gone. Fell off the summit. Don't know. Team is rattled. Please advise. Response acknowledged. Sending out survey teams attempting to see if something has been seen falling from the summit. Use spare shovel if more bodies encountered. Orders are to descend from Chinese route using already cleared path. Godspeed. Report. Descended step Patrick touched one. Me and Arnold buried him. Report. Acknowledged. Response. Acknowledged. Report. Emergency. Attempted to descend Chinese route. Discovered camp remains torn apart. 3 instances curled up in tent. Instances moving. Hurried descent. Response. Acknowledged. Get down safely. We'll move forward from there. Personnel ready to receive you at Camp V. Stay safe. Report. Mass of them blocking the path. One reached out from ground, grabbed Arnold. He's one of them. I ran back up. Can't go down. Can't go back. Arnold was carrying provisions. Only have 1 can of oxygen left. Help. Response. Attempt to use flare gun to clear path. Stay at safe distance. Team is already en route to extract you. Stay calm. Minimize breathing. Report. They're coming. Don't come to the summit. It's not safe. The ground isn't safe. Don't let climbers on Everest. The mountain is danger. Response. Team is arriving in less than 2 hours. Hold steady. Peppy! Oh my gods, dude! A rescue detachment of MTF Delta 14 arrived at Charlie Smith's GPS tracker an hour and 36 minutes later. They cited no unburied 5140 instances on their approach. Smith's body was discovered lacking the signs typical of 5140 instance. Autopsy indicates he died from exposure and suffocation due to inadequate oxygen intake. Further investigation indicated his oxygen intake valve was damaged during the ascent to the summit. Bodies of Arnold, Hillary, and Patrick Edmund were discovered higher up Everest. Hillary died from exposure, while Edmund was found to be 5140 instance. It is currently believed that Smith's inadequate oxygen led to him hallucinating 5140 instances blocking their path and destroying their campsite. Hillary's foot was found wedged into a rock fall, likely the source of his immobility. This incident has been taken into account and supply manifests for future expeditions adjusted accordingly. Addendum 5140.2 file update 4/25/2024. Location: Mount Everest, Nepal. Status: concluded. Oh yeah, event report. Time: 1:49 p.m. local time, April 25th, 2024. Disruption class Kinect, I'm guessing that's pronounced. Event summary. Increased global temperatures have resulted in significant thawing of ice sheets and snowdrifts on Everest. Such thawing caused a large avalanche at 11:49 local time, which moved a large amount of snow off the summit. Lower depths of snow allowed scanning planes to identify significant amount of SCP-5140 instances below the snow. Further excavation revealed SCP-5140 instances form a significant portion of Everest itself. Currently, it is estimated that 49% of Mount Everest's mass is formed by corpses.
I'm getting the feeling that they
Fine.
didn't hallucinate.
Well, you see, that's like they're being extra, like it being made out of the corpses, again, doesn't indicate that that's actually within their ability to move around and do that shit.
Yeah. Also, I want to see, because I do have the list right here. Disruption class Eki is the known disruption would extend roughly the size of a large metropolitan area to an entire country. The potential disruption could extend to an entire world. The spread would be swift and difficult to manage. The Foundation would find it quite difficult to neutralize its effects.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, and it went to connect during the event. The known or potential disruption would be extended to a number of people roughly defined as a city. Anomalous effects could spread with a fairly significant speed, fast enough to cause concern. The Foundation would find it moderately difficult to neutralize its effects.
Yeah, so that's like the disruption class of that specific event.
Yeah. Which is not good. At least it didn't go to Amida.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't make much sense for it to go to Amida since it's just Mount Everest, but it's, just Mount Everest.
Yeah.
How fun, how quaint.
They do say it's written by Rounderhouse, which is the writer of the SCP.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. It says written by Rounderhouse, and right at the bottom
They
is...
actually gave the right thing?
Yeah, it says right here, SCP-5140 by Rounderhouse.
Okay, maybe they got yelled at by people in their comments and decided to do that.
Well, Hatchet, that never stopped content farms before, so this is new for us.
True.
Yeah, anyways, we ready to see this? Let's see.
Peppy, it's obvious you want attention. Okay, I was reading before.
Oh. I forgot on the last video, the only thing I clicked was ableism. It was just... when I made it show up in stream, the only thing to see is ableism crossed out. Anyways.
Also, before we watch this, would you like to have... I have found a short video that I think summarizes stickdeath.com very well.
Okay.
Would you like to see it so you can also see Stick Death and the horrible art?
Yeah, though there is one thing I do say, they do say written by Rounderhouse down here, but they don't fully use what you're supposed to use. You know what I mean, like the license thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, I forgot, we're supposed to judge the thumbnail first.
Okay, one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry, you could send that to me, and I'll try to remember to look at it later.
Oh, I was gonna put it in the live stream voice chat. Just
Oh, that
if
works.
you're gonna,
That
if
works.
Bright watches it here, then probably mute it first because, like everything in the early 2000s, it uses copywritten music.
Yeah. So yeah, probably.
You'd have to mute it first, but it does summarize it very well.
Gotcha.
I was probably gonna watch it later after stream, but yeah.
I'll try to remember
Yeah.
to look at it.
Yeah.
Should I just PM it to both of you?
Sure.
I guess.
Anyways, I
This
don't
is
even
what I
know.
was watching when you were both small children.
I don't even know what to think about this thumbnail.
What is the thumbnail?
I just put it in the VC chat.
What? What?
This is okay. So, I suppose.
I'm gonna just grab another Chips Ahoy
Yeah.
for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Gotta.
You're gonna say something, Hatchet?
Um. Sorry, my brain's blah.
That's fine.
Think I'm getting overstimmed.
Ah.
Um.
I wish I could send you a cookie.
That's fine. So, assuming that this thumbnail is based on the guy's hallucination,
Mhm.
I guess it's not as bad as it could be,
Yeah.
but there, like, at no point did the hallucinations indicate that they were, like, literally moving around as if they were alive. It
Yeah.
said that they were moving and that they were grasping, but they still all were bodies.
Mhm.
And there wasn't a giant one floating
Yeah.
towards him.
I don't think it's floating. I think it's buried, like it's half buried in the snow.
It looks
Uh,
like it's at the edge,
Yep, I
making
see
itself
snow
look like
packed
it's
up.
floating. Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
snow packed up in front of it.
there's snow packed up around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the snow packing around it can be something that happens when you're pulling yourself up.
Maybe.
Yeah, but either way, it's like half buried in the snow.
Yeah. But yeah. So
It might be just climbing on the side. It doesn't look buried to me.
we're just having a split between whether or not they're buried or floating.
I'm
Because there's
saying that
literally nothing behind it.
well, I mean, part of the like little bit of the mountain goes behind the arm, though it's very minuscule and covered up by the snow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think it's floating.
Yeah.
okay.
So the clickbait thumbnail.
I guess 3.
Yeah.
It's an actual drawing and it's somewhat based on the actual SCP.
At least it. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. All right. Who's ready to see the final SCP video of the night?
Okay.
Yay.
3, 2, 1.
It's so cold. But however cold I think it is, it's probably much, much colder. At this point, the wind and snow have whipped my cheeks so hard they barely feel anything. Small blessing,
Okay.
I guess.
Why is he
Real
so
quick.
quiet?
Just, okay, again, like, we've got the issue of him trying to do ASMR, but also, serious question.
Mm-hmm.
Does this guy just have an aversion to drawing a mask on someone?
I'm going
'Cause
to
you'd be-
comment that they might be having the voice quieter because the voice, not the voice, the snow muffles all sound.
I guess so.
I guess I could kind of see that, but like, it's like a narration that's like taking place after the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. It should be louder then.
Yeah.
But also, like this also bugged me in the thumbnail, but I decided not to mention it. But I'm not going to excuse it here. This guy is not properly equipped to be climbing Mount Everest.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not.
He's
In
wearing
any
skinny
regard.
jeans, which are not thick enough for climbing. And I'm sorry, if they're wearing skinny jeans, he can't wear the under pajama things that you need under the normal clothing.
He's got his whole head exposed.
He
Was he
even
even wearing
somehow has
goggles?
skinny boy boots.
Yeah,
It's
he
like he has
does.
the twink climbers package. The sort of thing people like buy to have a fun time in the bedroom instead of actually use it in the real world.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess using in the bedroom is real world, just not real climbing. The twink package is for bedroom only. It is not for climbing Mount Everest. He also doesn't have any of the you need because you do need them.
Right?
Yeah, hold on. I was trying to fix something.
I don't know.
Anyways, ready to keep going?
Yeah, let's stop staring
I
at the twink
guess.
butt.
My feet aren't so lucky. Every step I take drives my snowshoe a foot deep into the snow. We're up at 7,700 meters by
Snowshoe.
now.
Yeah, he's not
Everett summit
wearing.
is at 8,800. Tomorrow,
That was 7,700.
He's not
I-
wearing anything to cover his head.
Nope. He's gonna die.
Also, he doesn't have a hiker's bag.
Yeah.
He's just. It's like he was told, "Hey, you're gonna hike through a mildly cold mountain pass. Okay, you can dress accordingly." And then they just drop him on Mount Everest and say, "Yeah, you're good."
It's less a mountain pass and more like a hill. A
Yeah.
very steep hill.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
we'll enter what's popularly called the death zone, the area above 8,000 meters where there isn't enough air to sustain human life. That's why we pack the oxygen. After that, we'll crest the summit
Your bag
and
is
come
not
back
big
down
enough
from the Chinese
to
wall.
have oxygen.
I'm shaken
tanks.
out of my reverie by
Yeah.
a noise. I've been trudging forward through
Oh
the
my
lashing
gosh, they
wind
even
and
have
snow.
a skinny boy bag?
Where did this rope come from?
I don't know.
It wasn't there before, but now it is.
Uh,
No. Pulled
It's
by the
okay,
rope
the
of
magical...
Where did these two people come from?
They
He went
just,
from... Yep.
they motherfucking, they went from having one guy that very clearly was not tied to anyone else to spontaneously, oh yeah, there's two other guys on either side of him. They're tied together with a rope.
Why does one guy have a less of a bag than the other?
I don't.
Oh yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like,
Do
and
they
that,
want him to die sooner?
yeah, and that guy's also bald, so he's even more exposed to the cold.
Oh god, yeah.
What the?
We're only 40 seconds in.
I hate it here. I want to go home.
You are home.
Fuck you.
Davies ahead
That
of me
reminds
and
me.
Samuel behind.
Just so you have an idea of how cold, how much the cold would probably affect them. There's one series I watched a few videos of talking about schools in different areas, and in one it was like one of the coldest places in the world, and the kid, fully dressed with ears covered, had to rush to the school bus before his ears were like damaged by the frost
Yeah.
and cold while being fully dressed.
Also,
So
like, correct me if I'm wrong, because I remember hearing talk about researchers in Antarctica that they can't run because if they sweat, the sweat can freeze and kill them.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
So these guys are sweating, they're uncovered. Technically, their ears shouldn't work anymore. I mean, I would say they should be going blind, but they have the goggles on, so I guess they wouldn't be going blind. They just
remember to
wouldn't be
bring
able
the
to
dog.
hear or talk because they don't have mouth covers.
Wait, what are we saying? Of course these guys aren't affected by the elements. They're fucking marshmallows in cosplay.
You know what? Yes, you're right. Let's keep watching. It's 2
But through the
vanilla
shrill screaming of the-
marshmallows and 1 chocolate marshmallow.
Yeah.
That
Blizzard.
they
I
okay,
can
let's
just-
also talk for a sec, real quick. Like one of those side little like very like subtle bits of racism. You notice how this is the first time we see some representation of someone that isn't the whitest motherfucker on earth, and
Yeah.
he's just like 2 shades lighter.
Yeah.
At least they show him as the leader, meaning it's the person everyone trusts the most.
That's fair enough.
It also means he has to be the most skilled person because the person at the front, he's the person you rely on when everyone else at the back fucks up.
Yeah.
Also, I wouldn't
That's
be
fair
surprised if they somehow make him die first.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't make him the most reliable person, then kill him off first. Also, I guess technically he would be the cocoa marshmallow since he's not really full chocolate color, more like cocoa. The one in the center would be vanilla, and the person in the back, I think he'd be more like a peach flavor because he's slightly darker than the middle guy.
Hmm.
The one in the middle is Irish, the other one's white.
Or maybe he'd be apricot. What kind of fruit do you think he'd be flavored?
Apricot
Back up.
marshmallow.
Back up, right. You said the one in the middle is Irish, the other one is white.
Yeah.
When the one in the back is the closest to ginger.
Yeah.
Irish can have all sorts of hair color. I think he's referencing. I mean, she's referencing the skin color. Oh my gosh, let's press play. I feel like I'm breaking so much watching their stupid art.
This is so stupid.
Hear
This is
Davies
so
yelling me.
stupid. Why
I
do we
freeze,
do this?
And my eyes adjust. Ahead of Davies, the snow sags
It's something
just a
that
little bit.
happens when your brain
signals
breaks
the
enough.
presence of a
god.
You start forgetting basic things.
Where did the goddamn rope go? How the fuck does this? How the fuck are we a minute and a half into this goddamn video and we've already had like 3 fucking what is it? What is it? Like when something's put on screen and then isn't there in the next shot. I forget what it's called. Oh.
Why don't we just take a deep breath, remember some basic things so we don't get lost in the stupid? Grass is green, air is plentiful, I mean food is plentiful, the sky is blue, and water is good.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. Give me a second. I need to look this up because I'm gonna lose my shit if I can't remember what this is called.
I'm sorry for saying the air is plentiful. Maybe my brain isn't all.
What? No, it's not that. It's like me trying to remember what this is called.
Also, the lead of the group should be setting up like picks or following picks.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
the things they set in the mountain so people don't get lost and die.
Okay. Yeah. So the word I was looking for is continuity error. We're a minute and a half in, and we've had 3 fucking continuity errors
That's okay.
in an animation.
You know what? Our brains are only a little. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
A little broken.
The faster we finish it, the faster we can recover.
Or the faster
Filled with
that we
snow.
can destroy.
If any of us had stepped on it,
Yeah.
the snow would have collapsed.
Wait,
and
why
we'd be
did it
sitting
make this weird center crack in the mountain?
What?
Is this how they draw a crack in the mountain?
What
That's not how cracks look.
What is this fucking wily coyote ass fucking drop trap?
Yeah, also, I like how we're just suffering and Daryl's just playing with a ball.
That's okay.
That's good for Daryl.
We love you, Daryl! You know what? I'm gonna change my avatar very quick. I think I should have my character with a different expression.
Oh, my head is killing me.
And Daryl would sleep.
Take me with you, Daryl.
Firefox is pulling a tantrum. Firefox, please cooperate. I can't change the avatar if you're not cooperating.
I thought all you said was foxes are pulling a tantrum. And
that sounds cute!
And then all that makes me think of is Robin in my chat, like, going on a tangent or something.
Okay, come on. Come on, Firefox. Come on! Oh,
Why will none of these black tip reef shark show up as malformed?
just press play.
Alright.
Oh, now it fucking worked!
You want me to continue pressing play? Or do you want me to wait?
Press play.
in a vertical trench 40 feet deep with no way out. I let out a breath that had frozen inside my chest. We set up the ladder to span the crevice and slowly.
I think this avatar suits my mood.
Yeah.
I don't know what the avatar is. I can't be bothered to open Google.
That's fair.
Or open my browser.
But the thing is, they just dropped the ladder.
That's what you do. You just take it out of nowhere and go flip.
You see, the ladder was actually the ropes the whole time. And that's why the ropes are gone.
Again.
The ladder was transformed into the ladder was transformed into ropes and is now back to being ladder form. The ladder is an anomaly that they're using.
But
that makes sense now.
Don't people typically leave the ladder behind when there's a giant crack?
Eh.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, giant cracks normally aren't covered up with fucking shaving, like shaved ice.
Yeah.
We all make it to the other side when a spare ice pick that was hanging off Samuel's pack slips off. It crashes onto the fluffy white snow and is instantly swallowed up. We're left staring at the arm-sized patch of emptiness where it landed less than a second ago.
Why would
This
they care?
Davies is the one who let out a whistle. We keep moving. The sun is going to set in just a
Why
little
would
bit.
they use the whistle?
And
That's
we need to get to a safe spot to hunker down for the night. Trying to climb in the night is suicide on Everest. We've just about found a nice, rocky patch to set up our tents on when the steel tip of my boot clunks on something. I freeze again, then force my eyes open and look down. A brown, desiccated hand sticking out of the snow. Its
That
fingers
doesn't look
extend towards my
desiccated. That
boot.
hand looks
It's
more
drawn
alive
sharp.
than his.
That hand is the best goddamn hand they've drawn in all of these fucking videos, and they're calling them desiccated.
It looks the most alive out of any entire fucking series. What the fuck are they talking about? Desiccated.
Someday, the world will be consumed in the fires of the sun. And then everything will be right. Everything will be right then.
You know what? Let's see if they mess up on the hand at any point, because this is the most perfect hand I've ever seen from this
My
artist.
breath. That was a close one. Then I yelled to the
I mean,
others.
it's not the most amazing hand, but it is from them.
Yeah.
They both turn for a second before Davy yells in response. He's only 10 feet away, but we have to scream to hear anything over the gale. Sam, set up the tents.
I just realized the
Tom.
corpse hand is a
He
few
trudges
shades
over,
darker than
pulling
that
his
fucker.
collapsible spade off his pack and quickly popping it open. We get to work. That is what we're here for, after all. Briefings were very clear. Our job was to summit Everest from the Nepal side and come down from the Chinese side, using the most popular route, and to bury any and all bodies we came across. I don't really know why. The Foundation is big on need to know, and I guess they decided I didn't need to know.
Wait, I
Davies-
think they replaced them with the NTF with D class.
They're sending NTF up to bury bodies without telling them how to avoid dying.
Yep.
On top of that, I just need to mention that when they were supposedly burying a body, they were just shoveling snow next to it rather than actually goddamn burying it.
Yeah, wouldn't that uncover more of the body?
Yeah.
You know, well, let's just stop using logic. They don't use logic here. Let's keep going.
I can't turn my brain off.
I
It's
get
being
it. I
used
get
for
it.
other things.
He was team
I need my brain to
The
be
rest of
turned
us-
on so that I can breathe.
Yeah.
Pratchett, I
Just got
get it.
handed-
That's why I'm using this avatar.
I can't see it though.
climbing
It's
gear and a
basically
shovel.
literally
and we're
the
told
only
to get
art
to
I've
work.
ever.
Gotcha.
I uncover its torso while Davies digs a new hole in the soft snow a good meter and a half deep for it. It's an
So
adult
they're
female.
uncovering.
I've seen enough of these
They're-
bodies to
They're
register that.
uncovering it and burying it elsewhere.
Ah.
Why'd they make her boobs
Why?
that way? They. How come they don't know how to draw boobs?
Also, the scarf just is immediately cut in a straight line right there.
She also has no bag. She has no gloves. She has no mask.
It's just some Nepalese lady in a summer dress going to church in Nepal for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't think the Nepal people have summer clothes up there.
Yeah. Also, we almost have a
Shit.
bingo.
Got them imported. What'd you say, Bright?
We almost have a bingo.
I almost feel like the
Really?
way they have her dressed up in Everest is some sort of version of sexism.
I was gonna
Why
say.
would she
mean-
dress right when she's a woman?
I mean, at the same time, the guys aren't dressed right either.
Yeah. I was
Well,
gonna.
yeah, but they're dressed better. They didn't give her a bag or anything.
Yeah. Fair. I was gonna say, if we get any racism, we get a bingo.
I'm sorry, so far I've only seen sexism.
I mean, there's the very subtle element of racism.
Yeah,
Talking about like the first person of color that's well, I should clarify the first person of color that's not a corpse.
Yeah.
is like very slightly like they changed them from white, and they just made them like two tiny little shades darker, which is like something you commonly see in uh like people who haven't unpacked any sort of their racism when they try to depict a person of color,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh
You want to continue? Let's continue.
yeah, you're about to say, do you want to continue? You know the answer to that, right?
The only
I
splash of
still
color
say,
on the
look
dried
how
blood
bad they
brown
fucked
body
up on her
is a
boobs.
yellow.
Yeah.
I'm a gay man, but even I'm looking
It's the
at a boob.
uniboob.
It's not a
Oh my-
uniboob. Think
it-
of this. Her boobs are, one is longer than the other, so it's not uniform between her on her chest. That means it's like, if you saw her undressed, that would basically mean 1/3 of her chest is covered in one boob and 2/3 in another boob. And the 1/3 boob is, for some reason, larger.
Anyways, let's.
I
Oh.
would like to announce that I hate it here right now.
We love you too. Let's go.
Yellow scarf around its neck. To confirm it's a 5140. I sprinkle a
What the
little water
fuck?
on it. It makes contact with the skin before instantly freezing and shattering. I shudder and instantly regret complaining about our footwear. If that had made
That would
contact
happen
with my
on
skin,
any corpse up there.
Yeah.
Also, I've heard people say, unless you use, like, that basically all water freezes solid there, so the only thing you can do for water is literally melt snow.
Poor
I'm
Hatch.
sorry. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Davies
Forget I
finishes
said
with the
anything.
hole, though the weather is doing its best to reverse his progress. We use the tips of our survival shovels to push and roll the body into the shallow grave. It lands with a solid thump. Then we get to work
Why
filling
are
in
they
the snow.
drawing the corpse
The
better
whole
than anything
process
else?
takes about half
I don't
an hour.
know.
By now,
Even
the sun is
its
set, and
rolling
it's getting...
animation.
That rolling animation was really funny.
It was, but it was also very.
Well, it's more fluid than anything else they've done, at least.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
getting dark very quickly. I give the snow a quick pat down to solidify it, and we start trudging back towards the tents. The blizzard is getting worse. Samuels is standing outside waiting for us. We hurriedly crawl inside our tents.
I'm sorry, give
The
me a
other two
sec.
share one.
It's very important that I. Why are they share? Okay, put that aside. Like,
It's probably for heat.
okay, but fucking, it turns back and it shows him like patting it like a fucking toddler, and then the sound is just. That's me patting on my belly.
Yeah.
Anyways. Why does the white guy look pissed to be next to the guy?
He's having a bad dream. He's dreaming about animating this.
And I'm in the other, with the packs and equipment.
Wait, hold on, I just realized. Why is the guy on himself, him inside the bag looks like a spiky dick?
That was my thought, but that's actually kind of alright. Like, you see, it's like showing the indents of the leg. The legs.
But it's
It does
still
mildly
funny.
look like a spiky dick, though.
Equipment.
Needle
Let's
penis.
keep going.
The wind and snow doesn't reach. It's a sudden respite. I open my pack and grab the thing that vaguely resembles a small laptop. I flip the screen open. It's a satellite computer, one of the only ways to communicate with the ground from up here. I
The
type
thing
in a
that
quick
vaguely-
status update to command.
The thing that vaguely looks like a small laptop pulls out a goddamn laptop. It doesn't
Technically,
vaguely.
if it was a satellite computer, they'd have to have a tiny satellite. I've seen people climbing Everest that actually take one out. It has like a literal tiny satellite.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just. He just pulled out a Dell laptop. Saying, vaguely looks like a laptop.
I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. We love you, Hatchet.
No, it's all right. This was gonna hurt no matter what.
Yeah.
Man, 4
Why did
bodies
I
today,
agree to do
buried
this?
all. Going
don't
to
know.
drop
Because you
zone
love
tomorrow
us and we
hit
love
sand.
you.
I don't
Yeah.
expect a response this quickly, so I put it back in
I
the
love
bag,
you, dearie.
strip off my coat and boots, and squirm myself into my sleeping bag. Climbing is exhausting work. I'm
Sorry,
out
when he
like a
was
light.
scratching his face,
By
he
the time I'm
briefly
out of
had
my tent the
5
next
fingers.
morning, the
Yeah.
others are already suited up and ready to go. It's just before the crack of dawn. The blizzard has mostly subsided, or at least moved farther up. We work in
Wait,
silence to
they're
dismantle
leaving
the
the.
tents,
Okay, they're not
pack
leaving the
everything up,
tent.
and get moving again. It's uncharacteristically quiet on the mountain, just the crunching of fresh fallen snow under our feet. As we leave camp, I swear I can still see the raised lump of snow where we buried the stiff last night. We start making our way up the
That's what
mountain.
you're calling her,
The
the
air is
stiff?
thin here,
Mhm.
which means clouds are a non-issue. You can see all the way down. We've only been walking for maybe 45 minutes before Davies calls out.
Body.
He and Samuels get it this time.
Why?
This one's relatively fresh. The skin hasn't frozen over or sloughed away. Lots of frostbite, though. Seems exposure got them. Just as he's finished digging the hole, Samuels loses his footing in the soft snow. He flings out a hand to break his fall, and it lands right on the shriveled chest of the corpse. It's barely a second before he jumps back, but it's a second too late. His furred glove has already frozen itself to the corpse's chest, trapping his hand inside it. I immediately start running through the snow towards them, but Davies is closer. He wraps his arms around Sam's chest and heaves backward, both falling on their asses as the glove gives way. For my part, I freeze when I come up next to them. The tips of the fingers on Sam's hand are blackened and gangrenous, advancing and withering away as we watch. Davies lets go of him and scrambles
What?
backward, pulling out his bladed shovel.
So wouldn't like
Wait, are they killing the gays first?
I don't know. But wait, correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't the guy who helped pull him off also be infected?
I
He
don't
didn't touch
think.
the hands. He touched the torso.
I don't think so. But also, what was with that ice suddenly showing up? The thing doesn't freeze you. It saps all of the heat from your body. That doesn't equal ice forming on you. That
Yeah.
equals you effectively going completely cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also, you wouldn't Never mind.
Oh,
Let's just watch them kill one of the gays first.
I
In
think
only
they're
4
gonna go
seconds,
for like
the
the
blackish
hands.
rot has
Yeah.
already crawled to his wrist, and it's not slowing down. The tips of his fingers where it started have turned hard and blue. They're frozen. It's dead silent, except for the eternal screeching of the wind. Quietly, I unholster my service weapon, but Sam beats me. Using his free hand, he reaches behind him and frees his pack, letting it fall behind him. He pops out his pistol and looks at me with a terrified look in his eyes, the kind of thing you see from a deer in the headlights. Sam, don't do. Tell them I did good, Tom. Make sure my family gets the money. Then he turns around and lunges at the corpse.
Wait, if
tackling
his
me.
hand was
The
in that
momentum
state, he
rolls
wouldn't be
them
able
both
to
into the
shoot
hole he
himself.
just finished digging.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be able to grab a gun.
A moment later, we hear a gunshot from the bunker. It echoes around the mountains. I fall onto my
That's not how
Jesus
it works.
Christ.
Frostbite can't move. It's
Yeah.
dead flesh. Sorry, press play. I forgot
bury him
it
fast
doesn't
and
really
deep.
go here.
No conversation, no memorial. We split
There's
up
no
what was
need
in
to
his
just,
pack
like,
and leave behind
sprint
empty,
through it.
unmarked.
Yeah.
Like through your complaints,
With
I'm
only the
just
2 of us,
reacting.
The ascent is faster, but more
I'm
dangerous. We
trying
find
to
more and
sprint
more bodies
through
up
it.
here.
Why are these hands better than the normal character hands?
Wait, how come it's only the people who aren't white not being underground right here? It's just people underground.
I think I know why the hands are better on those, because one, the hands won't move, and two, if you look at it, a lot of them are copy paste.
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah.
also why they're all white. That's
Hey.
just lazy.
Hey, everyone. I just caught a cleft mouth shark in Dredge.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's a black reef shark with no eyes, and its mouth goes all the way to its tail, and it's better than this.
The death zone is where most Everest deaths happen, fittingly. All the danger of climbing is multiplied the closer you get to the top, plus altitude sickness crossed with the risk of simply suffocating from the thin air. We alternate
Who
between
will
digging
die
the hole
first?
and uncovering
The
the
white
bodies.
man or
We
the
do it
gay
slowly.
black man?
Wait, they changed all the white instead.
We don't come here for we don't come here for consistency, Bright. Let's keep going.
Sam, we'd be stupid to take any risks. Every corpse, I shovel the snow off. I see his
Another
face
way.
for a split second.
God.
Then it fades, and I'm looking at whatever poor
They
fucker didn't make it to
switched
the top.
colors
8
on
more
the same
bodies buried that
body
day,
a few
not
times.
counting Sam. The first time I hear Davy say something is when the sun is setting and we're putting up camp. We share a tent, and we're huddling around the camp stove as it warms rations for us. Then, out of nowhere, his head shoots up and turns toward the zipper. Did you hear that? I freeze for the second time that day. Then I hear it. A thump-thump outside. So soft you would miss it if you weren't listening for it. We pick up our pistols from where they're resting on our parkas. I crawl to the front of the tent and unzip it ever so slightly. It's just as desolate, windy, and snow-covered as when we entered. Nothing's moving. Then I hear it again. Thump-thump. I nod to Davies and open the zip entirely. We move out, raising our guns. It's coming from the edge of the mountain, near a fresh snowdrift. I approach. Then I realize it's coming from under the
I just
snowdrift.
realized something
muffled
that
by
hurts
it.
me.
Dave-
I think they're supposed to be MTFs.
Yeah, we said that earlier.
I know, but I think we kind of dismiss them as D classes. But they're not. They're MTF.
That they
Like
just
in the story. Like in the SCP
Yeah.
article, I mean.
yeah.
Anyways.
Davies takes up position next to it with his gun, while I start shoveling. It only takes 2 or 3 scoops before my shovel hits something hard. Another 5140, adult female. Stuck in a particularly awkward position, its legs hang into a small crevasse, made invisible in the darkness. As the wind blows, its bony legs knock between the sides of the fissure. Thump thump. We quickly dig a new hole. I guess this one was buried by some other team, but evidently not deep enough. The last thing I see as I shovel new snow onto it is a bit of yellow fabric in its parka, shining reflectively off our lanterns. A
What?
scarf. We hit the south summit the next day.
I didn't
The
see
Hillary
any
Step
yellow.
is the last portion of the gauntlet that is Everest.
That would be
They-
because
they
there
wrote-
was
Vertical
no
rock
white
sheet,
yellow.
10 meters high, edged on both sides by a 2,500 meter drop. Climbing it is a challenge in the best of times. Over the next 3 hours, we achingly advanced, meter by meter,
Are they just
up the
having a
rock
boat
face.
hop?
Every
like
muscle in my
Mario?
body aches.
Yes.
In front of me, Davies inches upward before slamming a pick in to help me. Then a pebble falls onto my helmet, making a ding before falling away.
There's no
The ledge
helmet.
Davies' left foot rests on cracks. Davies, left!
He just gets
How did you fuck up this bad?
I don't know.
It would have been less effort to just draw them wearing helmets. Then there's
Patang, he has helmet hair. At least they haven't killed the gay black man yet. Maybe.
He immediately pivots, just as the ledge gives way. His left foot
No,
dangles in the
don't
air for a
prove me
second
wrong,
before he pulls
please.
himself higher, finding a new
Don't kill
footrest.
the gay
I
black
let out a
man.
breath I didn't know I was holding.
What was that
We make it
jump?
to the top, eventually.
Oh.
The summit of Mount
Everest
Everest is a
top.
sight that is impossible to convey in text, so I won't waste your time. Just, it really makes you realize how utterly tiny you are compared to the massive monuments of stone and snow around you. Hey Tom, take a picture of me. Davies hands me a tiny Kodak. and poses with the sun behind him, giving a view into the entire Mahalangar Himal.
Please don't
He
kill the gay
smiles.
black
The
man.
first time I've seen him do so since Samuel's.
They're gonna kill the gay black man.
Here's what I'm thinking. I don't think they're MTF. I think they're doing like they did with the previous SCP and they're civilians that the SCP Foundation hired.
They're acting like
They-
they're supposed to be MTF, but they're badly designed MTF.
Yeah. There's no indication that they were civvies.
Yeah. They're talking like they owe something to the Foundation. They talk like this is a job. They've done it before. They'll do it again.
Yeah.
They're talking like MTFs.
Then, just as my finger falls onto the button, it turns into a face of open-mouthed
Oh!
horror. He screams. The snowdrift he's standing on puffs up as a brown, crusted
Oh,
hand shoots
you're
out,
killing
wrapping
the gay black man?
Wait, hold on. I need to go back a bit.
as a brown, crusted hand shoots.
Look, it's Donald Trump's arms.
They said brown crusted hands, but those are not brown crusted hands.
That's why I made the joke. It's Donald Trump's arms because they're orange.
You know, yeah, that's fair. Donald Trump shared his sunscreen. It's makeup. Everyone knows it's makeup.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about the fact that death might simply feel like you're back in the womb? Nice and cozy. Away from this shit.
Hatchet, you are not joining the gay black man in death. We need to add racism to the bingo. This is racism.
Bingo.
Okay. Let's go.
Wrapping around his calf. He stumbles backwards right onto the edge. The body is pulled out after him. A 5140, its mouth open in a dry grin. Then I see its chest, a frozen black glove affixed to it. I rush forward, but it's too late. Davies balances on the edge for a split second. Then the 5140 is pulled out and knocks his legs out from underneath him.
Wait. They made them... Earlier they looked like a woman. Now they look like a man. What the fuck?
Listen.
They still look like a woman. They just forgot her boobs exist.
Yeah.
It's okay, Hatchet. It's okay.
No, it's not.
Maybe they'll remember she has boobs. Maybe.
Anyways, let's continue.
Is it okay that my eyes twitching in anger?
I hear them scream all the way down.
Wait,
I contact them, both of them vanish.
Kind of looks like they're stuck in falling.
Are they saying the weird dead lady was molesting the gay black man in death?
I hear them scream all the way down. This isn't real. This can't be happening.
Goodbye,
They're
best
dead.
character
They're
in
not
this.
zombies. They're not supposed to be able to move. Jesus. The one with the scarf? I thought it was a coincidence. No, it followed us up. They're intelligent. Oh, God. I immediately turned around and tried to go back down. That's when I saw them at the bottom of the step. A 5140, dressed in all black climbing wear, and a Foundation patch on its shoulder. Samuel's. 3, maybe 4 others behind him. All of them ones I had thrown
That's
into shallow
not what
graves and buried on the
Samuel
way
was
up.
wearing.
All staring up at me with those
Yeah.
hungry, sunken teeth and eyes. There was no way I could make it off the summit without touching them. Davies had had the satellite communicator. It was over. I found this recorder in my bag. Forgot I had packed it. To whichever climber or recovery team finds this, stop. You have to stop sending people up. There are so many more of these things than you think there are. You have to stop before more people die. The air is thin up here, which is probably why I'm not hyperventilating. No air to breathe, but it's not gonna last. You can see the entire world from here. It's very beautiful. It's so cold. I'm going to try to knock the corpses at the bottom of the step off the side before oxygen
They killed the
deprivation
gay
sets
man
in.
first.
I'm going to leave the recording here with my
Yeah.
pack. Please, don't send anyone after us. SCP-5140 refers to a number of frozen corpses scattered across Mount Everest, located in the Himalayas of Tibet. When physically exposed to heat of any form, including body heat, they will absorb it without raising their temperature, which rests at approximately 10 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. If an individual dies as a result of contact with SCP-5140 instances, their corpse will become another SCP-5140 instance. Recent excavation has revealed SCP-5140 instances form a significant portion of Everest itself.
It's not
Currently,
excavation.
it is estimated 45...
Yeah, it was an event.
It was an avalanche that uncovered a whole bunch of them, and then they did some thermal imaging and found way more of them.
I'm gonna
But who
say
cares
that an
about that?
excavator probably wouldn't work in Everest.
Yeah.
Most likely. But you know, I mean, they made the cold corpses into zombies. So why can't they make excavators work on Mount Everest?
Wait, I just
You know
realized something.
What?
what?
There were a bunch of moments where there were African American instances, but do you see any walking around or right here?
No.
Also, I just noticed they made her boobs inaccurate again.
Yeah.
Boobs don't. That's not where they go on male or female anatomy. They're
It's just like
lower. They're slightly. They're lower.
this looks like poorly drawn pecs. Look, on the bright side, overall their anatomy is better. The bodies aren't like fucking weird ass misshapen chips anymore.
That's true, but those boobs bother me so much. You know why, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know the bone on the between the chest and the shoulders?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
It's making it look like the boobs grow from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's just the boob bones. It's where the boobs come out of.
Oh my god.
We both know
Anyways.
that's not true.
Anyways, let's finally finish it.
I
percent of
love
Mount
I
Everest's
love it.
mass
I
is
love
formed by
touching
corpses.
people's boob bones.
Oh my god. Oh, that was it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look, the crooked man.
That's
Oh,
an SCP I like a lot, and the fact that they're showing it that way bothers me. But you know what? We're not on there. This is the last one for the night. We don't have to do this for another week.
Removal of character / license.
So,
3.
yeah, they actually credited the author, but
I guess
otherwise they
that
just
means
kind of
2.
said their
God
own.
damn it.
Well, no, I was thinking 3 because like otherwise they didn't do anything from the article and added their own bullshit a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
they did keep MTFs, but they did make them literally completely different MTFs. Okay, I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
3.
Added
I
gore
think
or
3 is
violence.
4.
I don't think 4. There wasn't
Yeah.
a whole bunch of added gore.
Well, think of this. The original article's only violence was accidentally messing up their oxygen tank and hallucinating.
Well, yeah. Like
In comparison, this is a 3 or a 4.
I'm not saying that it should be 0. I just don't
Mhm.
think that like the added gore or violence is to the point where I would say 4 because like when I think about added gore or violence, it's like blood spewing everywhere,
Well, it said
like sort of
added
thing.
gore or violence.
Yeah, or violence, but even then it's like
And in the setting, they can't really add that much gore. Nothing
I
really
guess,
bleeds.
yeah.
Everything's frozen.
How about
And
yeah, how about we just say 3?
Yeah. That's fine
Meet
with
in the
me.
middle.
Alright. Deviates from the plot of the article.
For a second I thought you said
4,
Davites.
3.
I mean,
They
it's
kept
functional.
some things, so it has to be a 3, not a 4 or
Yeah.
2. But I
I
think
mean,
3 is.
like the plot of the article is like, well, it's not even the plot of the article. The plot of the addendum that this is based on is 3 guys go up and then all end up dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's a 2. They did an okay
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, so Yeah, let's say
They
2
didn't
there.
do it the way the article did, but it's close
Mm.
enough.
Only men in a video / offensiveness.
4. They killed the gay men first, and they horribly killed the black gay man.
Was it
and
even
the straight
clarified
white
that
guy
they were
lived
gay?
left.
I don't think it was clarified that they were gay.
It wasn't
It's just
clarified, but they acted like a couple. The one guy spoke about them like they were a couple. They slept in the same bed.
yeah, fair enough. Well, I mean, on one hand, like, I guess here's the thing: is like this is a narrative about how these 3 people end up dead. So no matter what, like, no matter like how diverse you make the cast, they're all gonna end up dead.
That's true.
So like, it's kind of like what I meant. It's kind of like how I mentioned like why I think some of the representation in Attack on Titan is all right, because like there's some romantic representation of like some gay stuff going on that ends up not panning out for them being happy together, but basically no one's happily together in romantic relationships in that story. Basically everyone ends up dead or separated by death in some way.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
true. At least they had a gay man and 2 gay people.
Yeah.
I mean, a black man and 2 gay
gay
people.
man.
Oh, God damn it!
All gay men are black now.
No! No! At least they had a black man and 2 gay people. There we go.
So that said,
Mm-hmm.
So
I
I
don't
guess
know.
that one's like 0?
I'm pretty offended.
What?
Because they made this video. But I don't know if that's proper. Besides that,
I think we need to give it a 0.
Yeah.
yeah. Like there was a pretty reasonable amount of diversity in like the bodies of people trapped up there. Okay, yeah, I think
Though
it's
I
fair.
do feel like it might earn a 1 with how they dressed literally every woman that was there. All the men had gloves when they weren't corpses, but none of the women did.
Yeah, that's actually fair enough. Sorry, Bright. I think we're changing that to a 1.
Well, it's still higher than the others.
It's still higher. Well, I gotta admit that too. Still higher.
So far, this content form is doing better than the other 2.
Wait, it went down to 40% because we added 1?
Yes.
Because 1 is 5%.
Yeah.
Because I do it up to 20 for each one. Because 20 times 5 is 100.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but wouldn't like higher percentage be good?
I'm minusing the 60 100 by 16. I'm the 35 and 40% is how accurate, not these numbers.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good.
Yeah. So 40% accuracy and
I
35%
think it did
accuracy.
really good. In fact, I think the last content farm we did might not have had anything that was 40%. That is depressing.
Yeah, like the biggest, like I think the biggest and most glaring deviation from the article is turning them into zombies.
Yeah.
Like that's just stupid. Why'd you do that? But besides that, it was pretty damn accurate for the most part.
Yeah.
At the very least, in comparison to the rest of these. Who knows? Maybe someday we'll find these content slop videos and they're basically just Vulgan readings in accuracy. Who knows? One
No,
can
that's
dream.
not going to happen. That's never going to happen. That's why they're
I
called
can
content
dream.
farms.
I can dream.
Yes, you can, fish butt, but it won't happen.
Yeah.
How dare you?